What's up, badasses?
Hey.
Hello, hello. It is us, Violet Rain and Keely May. We are your Twin Flame Union couple.
So happy to be with y'all tonight.
It's a full moon.
It is.
Not just any full moon. It's the end of July, and it's an Aquarius full moon, isn't it? I'm pretty dang sure.
It said it was in Aquarius.
Yeah. We're both Aquariuses. And so tonight we're coming on to do some channeling and also some live Q&A for those of you that join us. But let's just say there's some lunatics out and about tonight. We've heard from a couple of twin flame couples. There is some energy building. Full moons are about releasing and letting go. And that's one of the things that I have seen. Inside of twin flame dynamics, it's important to understand that there's an amplification that's happening. So there's truly very few things that are just completely rare to a twin flame union. You see the mirroring in relationships, in all relationships, with your siblings, with your parents, with your children. You have separation, and you have triggers, and you have reunion, and you have all of these different things in other relationships. But it's just super amplified inside of a twin dynamic so that you can see it, so that you can shift it for a lot of different reasons. There's different missions based on the couple and what they came here to do, to create. So tonight we are going to be doing some channeling. And as y'all know, I usually do the majority of the speaking on our live transmissions. I do live channeling. I am a 2343 human design channel, and I do it on the fly in the moment. Keely's a projector, very intuitive as well, but her role on these is usually more like space holding. She also feeds me energy, so there are things that I will predict that she's thinking or feeling or gonna say, and I will tee off of her in that way. Cause as you know, there's some cool twinny telepathy things that happen in your union. So, but if you're lucky, you'll get to hear from the queen.
You're so cute. That's what they always say.
So we have some fun announcements. We're 10-day countdown to the Lionsgate portal. We are going to be doing a big event on that day. And by big, I don't mean in numbers, I mean in energetic significance. So we're excited for those of you that have already jumped in to join us. We're looking forward to that. If you want to know more about joining us on the 8/8 portal or the Twin Flame Codex, I'll post a link on here later when we're done going live. Let's jump in.
That's a lot. Like this full moon, and then all the energy leading up to the Lionsgate. There's a lot of energies that are coming in, and not only like does the Lionsgate amplify everything, it shines a light on all the things that are like ready to go. So there's just a lot. There's a lot. Can you feel it?
It's the purging time. A lot of things are coming up to be released, to be cleared. It's a good time. It's a good time, but it's really volatile. And what I was going to say with the twin flame amplification, I'm bringing it back around, is that I've also noticed an amplification with astrology. So we saw a lot of our volatile type moments of reverse polarity, if you will, where we're not magnetized to each other, right? But we're like pushing away. We're around primarily new moons for us. New moons are particularly challenging for you, I'd say.
I'd say so. That's what it seems.
But full moons are challenging anyways, just because they are amplifications. And when you're in a twin dynamic, it's already amplified. And you don't get days off in a twin dynamic. You don't get days off. And that's why we're excited to channel and bring to you tonight the concept of the Twin Flame Continuum. What's up, Andrew? What's up, my guy?
What's up, Andrew? Hell yeah.
So a lot of people talk about the twin flame journey in a linear way, right? So there's the recognition. There are 7 stages that are primarily mostly agreed upon. Some people spread it out to 10. But we function from the 7-stage system. That's what our protocols are based off of, because that's what we've witnessed within ourselves. Plus, it also lines up with the chakras. This is connected to some of the downloads that we've received as a twin couple, what we've seen work through trial and error, through practicing things. And so the 7 stages are, there's recognition, then there is the love bubble, That's the magical phase that everybody loves. Everyone wants to come back to. Then you move into the trigger phase, the mirroring phase. Then you move into the runner-chaser dynamics. Then you move into separation. Then from separation, you move into surrender. And then from surrender, you move back into reunion. And the way that the Twin Flame Continuum works is it's acyclical, it's circular, and it spirals upward. So you're never done. And this isn't like the zoomed out picture of like, oh, recognition, and then we were in the love bubble for the first 6 months, and then we were in this, and then we were in this. There's also micro Twin Flame Continuum. So within a day, within a conversation now, we can go through a full initiation. So a full cycle through the continuum, those 7 steps, is one initiation. And when you're a twin flame, you are not on a journey where there's a destination. Union is not the destination. Union is a stage. And each stage has a different evolutionary opportunity that's created, and it's designed for you to continually ride the continuum in a spiral upward. And when you have the tools, when you have the codex, so what the codex is, it's like an operating manual for the Twin Flame Continuum. So what we break down for you is and we're going to be doing this. So that's the announcement. We're in a 10-day countdown right now leading up to the 8/8 portal. And over these next 10 days, we are going to be taking you on our twin flame journey through the different stages. So we have a video that we'll be posting tomorrow where we're just 2 months after meeting each other. So we're in full active like recognition. And there's some codes that we had in that moment, in that time, that are like unique to those versions of us. So that's going to be a fun walk down memory lane for y'all to see us 7 years ago. But just notice the energetics and the positioning and the space and the way things are feeling, because that really tees up what we now have inside the codex. So inside the codex, each stage has a specific purpose, and it has a specific set of rules. There's a conscious way to navigate the stage, and there's an unconscious way. So even if you're unconscious, you will move through the continuum, right? And we call that when we were unconsciously competent.
Yeah.
We're like moving through the continuum, like kind of learning things, working through some things, and coming back into union, but we don't know how the fuck we're doing it.
Hell no.
We don't know exactly how to recreate it. I mean, we did have some tools, but what we didn't have was the overall like roadmap of actually how the continuum works, what each stage is requiring, what pulls you out of the love bubble, because everyone always wants to go back to the love bubble, but the continuum is not something you can move backwards on. You can only move forward on the continuum. So once fear has entered and you've moved into trigger, where you've fused with the story, right? And again, we have so much more availability to go so deep on these things inside of the Twin Flame Codex. So feel into it, all right? But basically, the way that this works is that when you understand the roadmap, you understand how you can consciously navigate each stage, what each stage is asking of you, you can move through it with such peace. But when you don't, you're kind of like just being pulled. It's like the analogy I was using earlier was being pulled behind a truck.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
just like
you're just
dragging
in it.
and you're just like
You're just in it.
You're in it. But what I was saying was like the minute that fear enters, right? The minute you're in the love bubble and fear enters and you fuse with that thought, you are now in Triggerland. Now you're in the mirroring stage, which means there's no way back to the love bubble when you're in the mirroring stage. But when people are in the mirroring stage, they have a trigger come up and they're like, you know what? I don't want to leave the love bubble, so I'm going to people please. I'm going to stuff it down. I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to address it, because it's like, oh, we're in this lovey-dovey place, but if I bring this up, we might argue.
They might not take it very well, or they might
then
not
I'll be
listen to
triggered.
me.
And so we
can
actually, we will try to prolong the love bubble, but it's actually fake. It's not real, because you're not in it anymore. Just they are. So they're kind of in this illusion that like everything's good, but you're like having all these fears or triggers or things come up. So that's part of the power of understanding. Like, God, if we would have had these tools 7 years ago, and hear me, you guys, like this stuff matters. This isn't some small like thing. This is major. Twin flames have a massive ripple effect impact inside of their families, their homes, and their communities. They usually incarnate inside of like polar opposites of certain situations, right? Like age gaps, race differences, religious differences, our situation, we're lesbians, right? So all of these things where the families that we were physically 3D incarnated to, literally we are their ultimate mirror and trigger by how our union was designed and set up. And unions come in with purposes like this and missions like this, and it matters. And I'm telling you, I would have been a better mom. My kids would have had a different childhood if I would have had these tools sooner. So the heart and the passion, the service behind this is very, very real, because I'm telling you, when you have the roadmap and it's simple and it's laid out in front of you, like, you can literally do and create anything. And it makes it so much less painful. And there is like damage I caused because I didn't know any better. And it's not an excuse. It kind of sucks. And so the invitation here is like, really be here for these next 10 days. This is something we're doing from the love of our heart, gifting and bringing this to you here. These videos are going to be made available up until the end of the 8/8 portal. Then they'll all be coming down and they'll become bonuses inside of our Twin Flame Codex. All of these videos that you're going to be seeing. And like I said, some of them are going to be videos over the last 7 years. So you're going to get to see lots of different stages and ages of the process and of the evolution, which is really, really fun. I'm really glad that we answered the call and made those videos, even though there was a lot of different chaotic things happening along the way.
It's true. I'm like, Danielle, what's up, girl?
Oh my gosh, what's up, Danielle? Hey. Danielle, do you identify as a twin flame? Identify. It's a strong word, strong committal word. And that's the cool thing, you guys. That's what I wanted to say. It actually doesn't matter. So what we do differently than what a lot of other twin flame people do out there is there's a lot of obsession around like 10 signs you've met your twin flame and blah, 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 blah.
Are they
and
really?
There's an obsession, which keeps you actually kind of stuck in the recognition phase of the journey.
I really get it.
And it can pull you into like this obsessive place. And honestly, the truth is like the work's the same either way. So the Twin Flame Codex is not just a twin flame program. It's a relationship program, but it's been born and birthed out of our twin flame union, because the amplification of our relationship, of our dynamic, has basically forged diamonds. I was already a coach 7 years before I met, 5 years before. I had been running my business for 5 years before I met Keely. And I thought I like had a lot of things together and figured out. And then I get into this relationship and it starts bringing things out in me that I did not even know that I had. And the amplification of the intensity of the emotion, the pull to want to be together, the synchronicities, the spiritual connection, all of those things are designed with a beautiful purpose and intention. And I promise you, it's not to torture you. And there's this interview that someone was telling me that they watched the other day, where this guy was just talking about how twin flames are, they're like bad and they're not good, and you just keep remanifesting them until you like tortured yourself enough into change. And that sounds like a bitter twin flame. That sounds like somebody that wasn't able to decode the journey to the point where they were able to trust the process and to trust the way that it works. Because inside of a twin dynamic, once certain things have happened, like separation is inevitable. We have separation daily. Separation is healthy. Separation is medicine. Separation is essential to keeping the magnetism happening. And I don't mean separation in the way that it's often spoken about, right? So there's like a spectrum of separation. There's like the big physical separation, we're like breaking up or we're fighting or we're no contact, which we have had. We have had multiple seasons of no contact, days to, I think the longest was a week.
Yeah.
Our kids coming back from their dad's house always forces us to get back into communication of what are we going to do with this situation. But the point here is that there's this wide spectrum, right, where you can have like this super intense physical separation, no contact, and then you can have like just feeling funky, or their
separation energy.
Yeah, separation energy, and that is uncomfortable. And we can be in the same room with each other and be in separation energy. That's like the most uncomfortable, I would say. And the longer that you resist separation and the more that you have like judgment or opinion about it, like a lot of people are like, oh, union, good. separation bad. And I'm like, wow. All right, that's the first place we need to start, because clearly your twin flame journey is bringing you into the realization, like the twin flame journey is designed to completely deconstruct your framework for interpreting and understanding reality. So it completely obliterates your identities, has you re-examine and re-question like the meaning and purpose of life, how things work, who you actually are inside of it. It's meant to obliterate those things. And when you quit resisting that or having judgment around that, you can move through it much quicker. And this is something that is a big part of our heart, is the misconceptions that there are around the twin flame journey, because those things are like harmful, and they perpetuate like dysfunction, because people aren't able to actually lean into what the stage is requiring of them, because they're being fed all these black and white like fear-based narratives and anxieties around the twin experience. So when you can step into understanding the continuum, and these next few days are going to help you guys a lot understand it, because we're going to be putting out a couple of different pieces of material for you to like understand the concept and the flavor of each stage. But this isn't about giving you like, it's like the codex is like a manual. It's the manual for how to navigate the twin flame continuum that's never ending, that's cyclical, so that you can thrive through it. And one of the biggest keys I'll just give you right here is it's how you lean into the stage that you're in. It's fully accepting what's in front of you and what it's requiring of you, right? So, and there's more on that inside of this 10-day countdown, as well as the codex.
Yep.
Anything to add on that little page, really?
Nothing's coming through.
Not right now. So, this, yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything I want to say about, we had a twin flame couple that we were in touch with today that's going through the volatility of the moon.
There's a lot coming up.
And what I'll say is that when you're not in it and you're looking at it from the outside in, so a lot of twins get isolated because of the misconception around twins, and like, oh, it's toxic, oh, you have limerence, oh, you know, whatever, you're all broken and unhealed because you think you have a twin flame. The truth is, if you're navigating the twin flame journey in the, I'd be careful with right and correct, but like, if you're navigating it the Twin Flame Codex way, you're not going to be unhealthy. Like, there's nothing in the Twin Flame Codex or in the Twin Flame journey that's like, yeah, but in order to create union, you have to like not have boundaries and like suffer and struggle and like all of these things. It's like, think of the healthiest, highest principles of like a healthy relationship and dynamic. Those are the principles and those are the foundations for the Twin Flame journey to work, with a few tiny nuances, but even those still apply in like standard connections and relationships. Like, the healthiest sovereign alignment of your like authentic way of relating is the same, no matter with a soulmate, you know, a standard union. I mean, what's standard, what's normal, what the fuck, and a twin union. So, and like, that's how you know, like, I thought I was with my twin. You're gonna see that tomorrow. We both had pre-twins, and some people are like, pre-twins aren't a thing, and blah blah blah. Be wary of anybody telling you this is the way it is. This is the hard and fast rule around this situation. It's just not true. Part of the twin journey, like the step one recognition, stage one recognition, is asking and requiring of you to trust the unfolding and not needing to have certainty and to have all the answers. But the truth is, us practicing unconsciously competent, healthy principles inside of our pre-twin dynamic is what allowed us to release them completely and actually call each other in.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things you're going to see inside of the twin flame journey. You have to be willing to not be with your twin to be healthy. You have to be so clear that the pattern, the negative pattern, the volatility, the runner chaser shit doesn't get to continue and doesn't get to exist in a way that is unsafe or unhealthy.
Yeah, that's one of the ways that you can change the dynamic, is when you're in that energy of that I am willing to let this pattern and volatility go if it can't change, or you know, it's not going to stay in my space.
Yeah, I'm willing to be alone. I'm willing to grieve not being with them. But honestly, in order to do that, you have to trust like really deeply this truth, which is, if they are your twin, your relationship can handle it. Can handle whatever amount of time you need to heal, whatever amount of space, boundary, whatever it needs to happen, it's all good.
Yeah.
And if they're not your twin, then it was unhealthy to begin with. Because if you're ruminating it around it, you're dysfunctional, you're not able to regulate, or you're dealing with too much anxiety or whatever it is, then it's not supportive for you right now. And that doesn't mean you need to decide whether they're your twin or not your twin, or whether you're together or not together. So many of the most powerful shifts and changes we've made in our relationship is when one of us, and we've both done it at different times, has drawn a line and said, like, this can't continue. With such a clear space. It's not from a space of manipulation. It's not from a space of, like, I'm trying to control you and change you. It's a space of, like, I love you so much and we have such an incredible connection, but, like, this thing is a hard line, and, like, until that's resolved, we're gonna need to be in space. And those moments have created some of the most powerful opportunities for reflection. Even when I'm the one holding the boundary, it's not like there's not my own shadow dynamic to look at. Like, that's one of the things too. Inside of every twin flame thing, there's never just one person that isn't shadow. It's like, if there's a shadow dynamic going, you both got it going on somewhere, right? If, like, separation is happening, there's something at play here, some way that you are the source of your experience, and that's what the separation phase asks of you. In order to consciously navigate separation, you move into radical accountability and responsibility, and that doesn't mean you don't hold boundaries. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it means you do. Sometimes it means you get aware that you've been slacking and allowing inappropriate behavior. And when someone is unconscious, they often need to run into a wall to realize what they're doing. They can't see the pattern because they're in it. And then they can really easily kind of, like, deflect it because they see your shadow so clearly. So they're like, you seeing my shadow is actually your shadow. And there can be that defensiveness, that evasiveness, that avoidance. And then we can get really caught up in, like, how do I communicate it to them? And, like, what's their problem? And why can't they take feedback? And da. All of that's a distraction from the work that you need to be doing, which is your own. What's up, Mandy? Welcome, welcome. What did you say, baby?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the messages that are coming through tonight is, just an invitation to become the observer of the triggers, of the thoughts, and of the experiences, especially if you have anything coming up. I'd love to know, if you're here on the replay or watching us live, like, what is your experience of this full moon? Have you been having any triggers coming up around it? What are some of those themes? It's an Aquarius full moon, so we've got some revolution energy going on up in here, where we're just shifting things and we're no longer functioning from the same space anymore. It's like we're drawing a line in the sand within our own selves. And that's something that you'll see over these next few days as we drip out these different videos that we've recorded over these last 7 years as we were navigating these stages. This is one of the things that you're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing, what are you going to be seeing? Why was I telling you this?
What we're dripping out over the next couple of days.
Oh, you're going to be seeing the masculine and feminine energy, like, activations. And those are all just, like, bonuses. We're just gifting you guys all of this stuff. But once these 10-day countdowns are done, we will pull them down and put them into the program as bonuses. Because this content's really good, and it helps, like, lay the foundation and the groundwork for how the continuum works and how you can participate with it in a different way. That's healthy, that's not volatile, that doesn't require so much agony. Because, to be honest, like, the twin flame journey is really intense as it is, because it activates our deepest wounds, like, in such a way. Like, I've never felt so much pain in my life than I have in this dynamic, which is crazy. It doesn't actually make sense, because this is such a good-hearted, kind, like, present, willing, self-aware person that I'm with, and that wants the best things for me. But yet, how have I been in the deepest and darkest places in my life? You're laughing because you're like, right. Right.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
Yeah.
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
That it's the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Worst of the worst, but, like, honestly, and I've said this in so many, every single video till the end of time, of just when you are in this type of dynamic, there's just nothing that shows you yourself as much. That's what I mean. Like, we're manifesting gentler ways, but still all the ways have been, there's just nothing like it. It's like in my other relationship, it's like things just didn't land as much as it did here.
Right, and there were worse things done to you.
Yes.
And worse things experienced.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as painful as this dynamic, because
No.
this dynamic isn't about this dynamic. It's about all the other past dynamics. So like I was saying, you know, on the 7-7 transmission, I was talking about how your twin flame can trigger so many wounds simultaneously. And once that's happened, once that's been activated, the crazy part is almost like, and this, we talk about this when we talk about stage 4, when you're moving into the runner-chaser dynamic. That's when runner-chaser dynamic is, it's not always runner-chaser. Sometimes it's like overgiver. Sometimes it's phantom. Sometimes it's, which phantom is basically runner, but those are just archetypes. But what I'm basically saying is that runner-chaser is symbolic of your protective instinct. What are those protective instincts that you developed as a child to stay safe in love?
Yeah.
And not like in love romantically, but just like with love and with connection. And the truth is, in a twin dynamic, yours are opposites, and they trigger each other. So sometimes once I'm in that space, almost the more I'm coming to her for her to help soothe me, and the more I'm needing her to show up a certain way, the less she will.
Or can. Or it's like, if I do, then it can be uber triggering, or it can be harder, or it can be, it can feel worse. All
yeah, so
above.
basically I'll even say to her, I'm like, I've said it was really immature. Let me give it to you line for line. I said this, I was so dysregulated. Oh, I remember the day. This was about 3 months ago. I was so triggered by something that happened with our kids. I couldn't believe it. I haven't had a trigger this big in a long time. It was connected to some religious trauma, and mom trauma. It was a bunch of different things.
What is it?
And I brought it, no. And I brought it to Keely, and Keely was like, it's not a big deal. And I'm basically like, my whole body's on fucking fire. Like, I'm like, mayday, mayday, mayday. It was like the most invalidating moment of my life. And I said to her in the most like pokey, salty way, I said, you should get the award. Is that what I said? The award? If there was an award for saying the worst thing to somebody who's dysregulated, you would get it. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, gross. I'm sorry, baby. but I mean, it was truthful. It was truthful. The award thing and the way I said it was really rude and not appropriate and immature, and
yeah, but the truth in it is that
yeah, that's how it feels.
There
it
was
feels
no
like,
validating that was happening. That was being felt.
Yeah.
On your end.
Yeah, and that's what you'll feel like with your twin. You're almost like the worst thing they could say and the worst thing that they could do, they do.
Yep.
And in those moments, the opportunity is to lean into what the next phase is, which is separation. And when you're trying to avoid that, you will create volatility. Chaser here. Yeah. And so you lean into the separation moment, which could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be a day. It could just be emotionally distant for a week or two. But when you lean into the separation and you allow it to transform you, basically, or evolve you, it's more like evolve. I don't like transform as much as a word anymore, because people think they need to change who they are, and you don't. Not at all. We're just removing everything that's not you. And the protective instinct that you developed to stay safe in love is the shadow expression of all of the greatest things about you. It's the not self. And so that's what this journey is really about. And when you lean into what separation is bringing forward in you, it's very evolutionary. It is really cool shit. and you won't need to experience as intense of separations when you are leaning into what the stages are requiring. But you must be, and you have to be willing to not be in their union. You have to be willing to trust that the union can handle whatever separation or space you need to take to be sure that it's healthy. So, for example, we have had like volatile escalations to the point where it's like, all right, it's just the level of dysregulation that's happening here isn't emotionally or even physically safe for anybody. And I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about that in these next 10 days. So stay tuned. I'm going to be, we're going to be vulnerable, and we're going to be laying some things out there in our stories about our experience. But I just want you to know this is not a space where you need to hide the rawness or the realness of the challenge and the struggle. We're not here to shame you or to judge you or to diagnose you, but we are going to continue to direct you to not only just healthy spiritual principles, but also like psychologically sound, healthy principles of relating in such ways that are effective and functional, while also tying in the mysticism and the spirituality of the Twin Flame Continuum, because there are nuances and there are certain components about it that are special and unique, and owning and understanding those helps you navigate it better. But whether they're your twin or not, doing this journey will bring you into healthy union, whether that's with that particular person or a different person. And whether they end up feeling categorized as a twin flame or a soulmate, it's actually irrelevant. The point is, do you want to have a divine healthy union, yes or no? And you have to be willing to say that it's fine if it's not with this person. That's really, really, really hard for twins. There's a balance with that, and we'll talk about that more when we are in the separation phase.
It's true.
Yeah.
But when you do that, that's when the polarity gets flipped back on its head. There has to be some type of an internal shift like that happens for the polarity to shift. And, well, not that there has to be, but that's what we found.
That's what we found. Yeah, again and again.
So that we're gonna, tell you the things that works for us and what we've done, but they might not. It's not like this is one hard fast rule of like this is the one and only way.
Yeah, and none of the things we're going to share with you operate that way. That's what I'm saying. Is like the way that the codex is designed is it's not designed in a way that creates hard and fast rules. It's in a way that creates results. It's a way that you orient yourself to the experience, the way you participate in the journey, to become your most evolved self. Because someone can't push a button that's not there. And someone can't abuse you that's not in your life. And so as long as you are doing the work to heal and remove your triggers so that you don't project or blame them on someone else, like it's not her fault that her time blindness or losing her phone or having the battery die and not communicating with me, it's not her fault that triggers me. That's my own trigger. That puts me into fight or flight, that puts me into fear of abandonment, that puts me into whatever the stories or anxieties are. That's my shit, right? And if I remove that button, that behavior, which is, like, I tell people all the time, this girl, she is interdimensionally traveling. She has too many important spiritual things that she's doing to give a fuck about something as silly as 3D time. So it's like, that is this beautiful soul's nature. And so if I don't want to have my shit flipped when she is predictably unreliable, that's a mean way of saying it. But predictably, in between this dimension and another one. And if I don't have a trigger that means anything, that's putting me in fear, then, I'm just like, I'm all good. And I, hear from her when she gets her battery charged or when she, shows back up at home with, no socks or shoes and where's the card? No, I'm kidding.
Then we'll take
It's
some.
not that. It's not that interdimensionally.
Then we'll take some precautions.
Right, but right, if I remove the button, then I'm not triggered. And if I hold healthy boundaries, then I'm not abused. But people are like, man, I'm just so triggered and I'm in so much pain. And oh, I'm just so mistreated. I'm like, your fault, your fault. That's what the Codex is built around. It's built around epic levels of sovereignty. And this is good news for you because this means you don't have to suffer anymore. The pain is part of the process, but the suffering is optional. You don't need to suffer. You don't need to struggle. When you understand the name of the game, you have the manual, you know what each stage is asking and requiring of you, you can beautifully travel the continuum, evolving up and up and up. And it can be delicious and it can be fun. And it can make sense. It can make fucking sense.
It can make sense. That's one of the big things, more than anything, is it can make sense. So it can feel, the stuck energy doesn't have to loom over top of you and all of the not knowing. Mm-hmm. There is so much of that can happen that can really keep you feeling like you're just stuck in the spiral and you can't get out because the not knowing can really just cause a lot of fear and anxiety. So
oh my gosh, so much.
Knowing what can move you through, knowing how long the cycle can take it's really relieving. There's so many things about it. There's just so many things. Not knowing what's happening, not knowing how to get it, like so many. How many times did I'm like, we just need help.
Yeah, we just
need help.
We just needed our future selves.
I just need help.
The Codex.
Like I just need to have a therapist or something on speed dial to be like, listen to this shit. But anyways, still trying to prove that's not.
Mm-hmm. Well, the analogy that I have for it is, wait, what were you just saying?
Just like.
Oh, knowing. So the analogy I have for it is.
That was cute.
It's like, let's say I'm doing a detox, and when I'm reading what could happen in the detox, it explains to me that, like, hey, on day 3 you could start getting some headaches, just drink more water, and just know that it's only going to last another 24 hours. Yep. And then, oh, if you break out in a rash, this is what you need to do. You need to do this and this and this, and then you need to use this stuff. And these are all normal symptoms and normal side effects of the detox. What if you had that for the Twin Flame motherfucking journey? Well, now you do. You're welcome. Yeah, get ready for the next 10 days. They're going to fucking blow your mind. But imagine having a manual that's like, all right, these are normal, natural symptoms of the Twin Flame Continuum. This is what you do at this step. This is how you approach it. This is how you position yourself so that you can have the smoothest ride possible. Because the ride doesn't end. It's not a journey. It's not an arrival. It's a continuum, and it spirals upward. And we experienced separation energy today, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
And it lasted what? 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like.
Yep.
Moving through it, the continuum, you can have micro, and every move through the continuum's initiation. You can have micro initiations and you can have major ones. So, you can see through our 7 years together, these bigger major cycles of separation, where separation is like no contact for, a time, or like not living together for a time, but still being together, but not living together. There's been a evolution as we rode through the continuum. And I'm telling you, you want the operating manual. So be here tomorrow. Keep a lookout. I will be tagging everybody every day for the next 10 days with the countdown. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Be in here. Because the more you engage and interact, the more that we can connect to where you're at in the experience and give you those specifics. So really decode what's happening for you and channel for you the best positioning to help you thrive through what you're navigating. That's what it's about. We're never going to tell you what to do, but it's about how am I thinking about it? How am I looking at it? How am I moving through it? What is this bringing forward in me? What's evolving? What's the next? What is this asking of me? And when we're in that aligned place, it feels so good.
Yeah. What I was going to jump in and add on that is that it's what now, was gonna use the last thing you said, phrase or something. I was gonna
Way we
just,
orient
jump on it
ourselves.
and write it. I was gonna say something like, I wanted to use the exact thing you said or something, but it was like, it all points us back to ourselves. It's all to point us back to accepting ourselves, coming around to ourselves. It's like there's things that this one has said that irritate them, annoy them, and or that like really do need to, like things that really do need to be looked at and changed. And
Like, you mean in yourself?
yeah.
Oh.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it all comes back. This is like these are like micro and macro journeys of self-healing. It's all like, and I know you all know that. It's all coming back to that. All of these things that we're talking about, it's all about really accepting yourself and loving yourself through it. There's so many things, and I can tell you about it. You know, this is what you need to do. And I'm just actively working on to myself. So it's all about self-acceptance.
Yeah.
It's like hard to imagine all still, like we've only been together for 7 years, but it's like hard to imagine that there's going to be 7 more years and then 7 more years of just more and more shit that gets exposed inside myself that like needs to be looked at. It needs to be talked of. It needs to be examined, because there's definitely patterns and things inside of myself of not loving myself, not accepting myself, and all of that is like what's on the inside is out on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not accepting myself, I'm not accepting things about them, I'm not accepting things in my reality, I'm not, loving things, and so it's gonna come out in all the things, and all the things gonna be looked at, and all the things gonna be healed and transmuted, and so it's all about self-love and acceptance.
There's never going to be a time where Keely's needing to work on something that I'm not also having something to work on. That doesn't exist. And the idea of the continuum is that it doesn't have to feel like, more and more shit. Like, yeah, it's shit, but it's more like there's nothing in life that isn't a rival. You're not going to arrive with anything. And that's the lie that we've been fed. And so because of that, we've developed like this achievement-based, outcome-based mind, and that fucks us more than almost anything. And so when you start approaching your twin flame experience from the continuum perspective, you just settle into life and just know that, like, yeah, there's always going to be a time where there's more things for me to see about myself, and I'm here to look at them and work on them, and there's always going to be opportunities for me to practice my emotional intelligence and regulation and learn better communication skills, and that's life. Like, I'm here to ride the continuum. I'm here to evolve to whatever level that I can, because there's no arrival. And then it doesn't have to feel like bracing for the next round of shit that's going to hit because you're with your twin flame. It's like, no, life is going to life. Like, life is going to life anyways. You're going to have people pass away. You have health issues that come up. You have, financial things that come up. You have, life happens. You have struggles with teenagers, like, name whatever it is. And you want to be the type of person that doesn't just survive that shit, but that can thrive through it, that can make the most of it, that can live a beautiful life, that can, grab life by the balls and just fucking live it. And that's the type of person that this journey forges. Like, this is what the initiation creates. It's through, it's like what creates diamonds. Like, yeah, there's some pressure. Yeah, there's some intensity. It's designed that way. It's designed to be freaking intense and in your face and undeniable. That's what I mean. I don't get days off with this one. I don't. But I don't want days off, right? Like, what does that even mean? Like, oh, I want a day off from, like, being a good human. This is what good humans do. Good humans accept the moment in front of them. And by good, I don't mean good or bad. I just mean, like, the type of person I want to be that thrives in life, that is effective, that has effective tools and strategies for navigating hard, dysfunctional moments. Like, that's the version of me that I want to be.
Same.
So there's just so much gratitude for the continuum, because it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm here for it. But like, you're gonna be able to ride it much better when you do what Keely's saying, where you just like, you love and accept yourself. You're like, I'm good enough exactly where I am. I don't need to be like earning or proving or like being worthy to have what I'm wanting. Love, respect, kindness, abundance, whatever the fuck it is for you. Right? But the self-love and the feeling of like, I get to have what I want to have, and I'm going to create and provide that life for myself. That is that feminine, which is the inspiration for the doing, which you'll see more on in like 2 to 3 days when we share that channeling that we did. We did that channeling in 2020. It's a good one. So keep your eyes out. Do you have any other comments or questions when we wrap this up?
No. I'm just excited to be able to do all the things, help you guys. And
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there's a level of confidence that comes online when you know, and it's just priceless.
It's priceless.
And I wish we had it.
I wish we had had it too.
So.
And that's why we're here, bringing it all to you.
Yeah.
So, sending you love and happy full moon vibes. We'll be writing this out for the next 2 or 3 days. Be gentle with yourself.
Yes.
Take space when you need it. Remember that feelings are not facts. And allow yourself to receive the wisdom of what's being shown to you.
I love you all.
Cheerio. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.